Welcome back, everybody, to our online isolation podcast on episode 6 today. A big step. How you both feeling?
Woo! I'm feeling abused. Yeah, I feel like my emotions are everywhere. I don't know what to think. I don't know what this big twist is. Um, my goodness, so much going on. It's just my emotions are everywhere. Seriously.
How about you, Didi?
At this point, man, it's just it is what it is. Because you got all these little tricks and stuff going on. I don't have time to be stressing about this. So that's why I had to bring alcohol this time. Because
Are you stressing about Deleon and Elizabeth?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
the ending got me.
I'm stressed, that's for sure.
Well, I guess let's first talk about your ups and downs. Who went up this week for you guys?
I'll go first. So definitely Deleon, of course, running the show, actor of the year, give this man an Oscar. He's amazing. So up for Deleon. I would also say up for Shelby because she's back in the game. She's very likable. She's got a strong alliance behind her. I really like where she's at in the game right now. I hope that she can be assertive enough to use her power, and when things start to go south with their 6 alliance, that she can do something with it. But down for me, Hannah for sure. She had 2 big opportunities to make a stable in this game, and she didn't know that she needed to, but she didn't. Like in in the elimination, she wasn't able to keep her people. Also, she with that one-on-one with Elizabeth. She wasn't really able to solidify an alliance there, and she really needed to. She really needed to. And then also, I would say down for Erin, only because she's getting played by Deleon and she doesn't know it. I feel like she's starting to trust him a lot, and she shouldn't.
Didi making faces.
Oh no, not again.
Always. Go ahead, disagree.
Who's up
Go
and
ahead.
down for you?
For me, obviously Deleon. I swear we are soulmates. We have to be. But yeah, up for him because he's playing everybody and they don't know it. And down for me would be Hannah for the same reasons. Right now she has no one, so she should have solidified something with Elizabeth. But now she's just out in the open by herself, thinking that it's her and Elizabeth against the world, but it's not. But
I mean, I will say Elizabeth doesn't really have anybody other than Deleon, so she kind of needs Hannah
That's all
too.
she needs. That's all she
at
needs,
least
man.
at least she has someone.
I think that's all she needs. I don't understand why. Yeah, I'm worried about Hannah. And she's a perfect Pisces. I don't understand.
Oh Lord.
Tell me about it.
She's a Pisces, so she's perfect. I don't understand.
Truth.
No, I do love Hannah, but she's in trouble for sure.
Well, we'll go ahead and talk about the power players, the Deleon, Erin, and Hannah. How do you guys think Deleon and Erin play that? And Didi, your thoughts on the coin flip? These season 1 isolationers love their coin flips.
Right.
I love it because it looks like it's a way the blame won't be on him, even though he voted that way. Like I tried to do, but I didn't say I did. But yeah, I love that coin flip. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it.
Dot.
Same. I'm a big fan. Like he didn't want to expose to Erin that him and Elizabeth were close, and he did it perfectly. The coin toss, the randomizer, just even his facial expressions, everything. Like he played it so well. It was wonderful. I was so impressed. Yeah, I'm a fan of the coin toss too. I ain't gonna lie, I was a fan of Didi's coin toss. I feel like it's one of those things, like I said before, if it works, you're a genius, and if it doesn't work, then everyone says you're an idiot. And if Q would have, been happy that Didi didn't want to vote her out, she could have got that vote. She could have won the game.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Right, exactly. It could have been a genius move. It just didn't work out. So it seems like it did work out well for Deleon in this case. I think it's a risk to do something like that, and I respect it. I love it.
But you can tell like Deleon was cheating.
Yeah, Erin knew. Erin knows for sure.
Erin knew.
Erin knows. Yeah.
He did like
still
this.
Knows.
He gonna pinch it. Talk about you want to see.
I think even though Deleon said that he didn't fake it, I think that Erin still thinks that he faked it.
I think she thought it, but now I don't think she thinks so.
Because she voted him pretty low. Like I just noticed that it showed her 5 and her 4, and I think it was Alexia and somebody else. But from how the conversations were going, I would have thought Deleon would have been a 5 or 4 for her, but she obviously gave him a 3 or even a 2. So there's obviously something tugging at her saying that Deleon can't be trusted, right?
Or she just trusts them more than him.
Right, that's true.
Do you think Deleon should have just told her about the?
No.
Because it was kind of obvious. I mean, the obvious part to me was, let's put in a random generator, and then it still comes up.
It's still them.
Ironically, Ala and Sasha, I think that was
It
a
was
little
fake.
too.
It was fake.
I wasn't even going to say nothing about the generator. Like, what? Stick with the coins.
Right. Yeah, the generator was a little bit much. I'm not gonna lie, I may have believed it. Who knows? Like, Deleon doesn't seem too dubious at this point. You know, he just seems to be getting along, and he's being honest about the people he dislikes, and he's being honest about a lot of the people that he likes. So he's slipping in a lot of these truths with the lies. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see he's being deceptive. So I think the generator was a little bit much, but I think that it worked. We'll see if Erin believes it and what she does with the trust or lack of.
What are you guys' overall thoughts on Ala and Sasha being sent to the void? Well, Ala left the game. She had no time for the void.
She's a sore loser.
She said, "Yeah, she's like, I'm done with this shit, bro.
She said, fuck this. Ala is gone.
I don't want to play shit."
If it ain't me, then who?
My reaction to Sasha getting eliminated was the same as Elizabeth. Just like mouth agape, like screaming at the screen, yelling, cursing. Like, I mean, I pretty much saw it coming from just, who was in there and how smart Deleon was. But I was hoping she'd find a way out of there. I hate it. I hate that she's out, but it makes the game interesting. Definitely.
What are your guys' thoughts on Erin's side of this? I mean, she also played it well, at least for the Alliance. She knew to choose to save Alex so that Deleon would choose to save Alexia.
Yeah. I remember a couple of weeks ago I said I'm not sure if I'm 100% on Erin's train yet because I want to see what she does in a position of power, and this kind of solidified it for me. She knew where to vote. She knew how to play the game. They knew how to play Hannah. It's like they rehearsed it in the back or something. Like it was so perfect. So I think she's gonna be doing a lot. I like what she did. Again, we'll see if she can see through Deleon a little bit, because if she can, then she can actually win this game, in my opinion.
Now, do you have any thoughts on Erin?
On Erin,
killing it.
No, yeah, she's just doing good while getting played, but it's cool. It's good. She's doing good.
So we'll talk about Kia next, who went into the void in this episode. Not the happiest of campers to be there. Maybe she didn't smoke that day. I'm not sure, but how are your thoughts?
She definitely did. She had to. She was like this.
Oh my God. I don't know. Her nerves were not calmed at all. This girl is upset. I'm not gonna lie, it reminds me of me, man. Like when you're playing the game, it's a lot of fun. It's great. You're meeting people, you're making connections and that. But as soon as you figure out people don't like you, fuck everybody, everyone. So I understand where she's coming from. Absolutely.
I don't like that she's so like, I don't want to call her a pushover, but she doesn't like make herself clear, because when she asked Chris what happened in the void, Chris is going to, because she kind of caught on to them having like an alliance or whatever, and Chris going to play it like they were just talking about, who were they talking about? Bubbly or something about some bubble.
One of Erin's words or something.
Oh, okay. He was talking about that, and Cargillo asked what happened like last night. He's gonna go, oh, we were just talking about this. She like, oh, okay. Like, I would have asked some more questions if I were her. That's just, I don't know. And she's so clueless and stuck on it and blinded by the zodiac stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about Cargillo.
I mean, I see Dot's point. There was some bitterness to Kia being out of the game.
Yeah, I just don't. I think obviously she wants to win. You know, she's got strategies. She's trying her best. I just don't think she's looking far enough into the game. Like Dee said, she should have came into the void trying to figure out what's going on and how to join the alliance and how to still possibly win this game. And she spent most of the time being upset. So I don't think she's playing hard enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. Kia said on Instagram she doesn't think people like her, but I don't think it was that. I think it was just more so she wasn't making alliances, which everybody else was, and right now she's kind of just on the outs.
Yeah, true. People put in work to make alliances, and she kind of been floating.
They do.
So understandable. Working hard to make alliances.
I mean, it seems like.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's a 6-person alliance.
Yeah, it took a lot of work. It's a lot of days in the making to make that alliance. Disagree?
You seem doubtful, Didi.
I didn't have to go through it. That's why I'm just like, okay.
I mean, you had an alliance, though. You guys want to call it a pact.
I didn't do any work. I didn't do the work.
Yeah, but you agreed to it.
They did the work, though.
Right. Kind of in the same way. I mean, Erin didn't do any work for this alliance. She was just being herself and being nice, and they kind of brought her along with them.
That's why I think she's gonna win.
Right. Yeah. She's been playing it pretty cool so far. And she did show us that she can make the right move when it needs to be made. So I'm impressed too. For sure.
My favorite part about Kia in the void was Manu's reaction. Manu just loves awkward moments because every time Kia was saying something awkward, he was just smirking away.
Yeah, that was a super awkward void.
He's really good at taking notes.
I mean, he takes a lot of notes on random things.
They're hilarious, but he's really good.
Yeah, I don't know if Manu should be the spy anymore. You need his notes need to be a little bit more focused. Talk about water fountains. Like give us the deets, man. Give us the team. Give us the team,
got
bro.
everything. He did.
I mean, give us some focus notes, bro. Bullet points or something. Jesus.
He's a secretary. He got everything down.
Right. He ain't gonna miss nothing. I'll give it to him. Yeah, but everyone obviously felt that the vibe of the void was changing with Kia being in. I think all of them realized after that, was like, oh crap, like we're here making plans to send people to the void, but this void pack is going to change, you know? So now the void's completely different.
Yes, Chris thought it might be against him getting out of the void with Kia there. But in the end, Shelby and Chris both get out of the void. Didi's rolling her eyes, but what are your thoughts on those two getting out of the void?
Shelby, yes, I love that she got out of the void. Chris, no, I'm not a fan. Not at all. Never will be.
Damn.
That's it.
I can't wait to make Didi and Chris partners in a game in the future.
Why would you do that, Nick?
You know, Nick plotting.
And throw Alex in there too.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love Shelby coming back in, man. She, like she said in her confessional, you know, she didn't really deserve to be in the void in the first place. You know, the game was young. Nobody knew her. She didn't really do anything wrong. So I'm glad that she's getting a second shot. I feel like she deserves it. You know, in the void, she made friends with everybody. She was even able to make friends with Manu. You know, so she deserved to be voted back in, and she got it. Yeah, I mean, no one else is being friends with Manu. Let's be real. He's not making any other friends. Let's be real. And Shelby was able to pull it off. It's a rare attribute. It's a rare skill.
That's funny.
I don't know who can do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know, man.
I could do it.
I don't know. We'll see. If he gave you a one like Hannah, like he gave Anna one, we'll see if y'all can.
He wasn't going to give me a one because I didn't sneak on no damn window.
Facts. Yeah. So I'm really happy for Shelby. I'm happy for Chris too because he wants it, man. Chris is an animal. Whenever he needed to get Deleon on board for that alliance, Chris made that alliance. Let's be real. He got Deleon and Alexia to spread the word. So I think it's only fitting that he's back in the game. I'm worried because people know how good he is. You know, people knows that he likes to keep secrets. People knows that he got alliances. People really know how he's thinking. So he wanted to send Shelby up for the exact same reason. He was kind of afraid that people wouldn't trust him. So I don't know. We'll see if he can kind of slid in the background a little bit, not make too much noise. Maybe he can kind of take the target off his back a little bit.
Dee, what do you think Shelby needs to do coming back into the game?
Really just be herself because she was already likable to begin with. So I don't think she needs to change anything.
What about you?
Right. I think she needs to stick to her alliances. Look, she's got friends all over the board, and nobody dislikes Shelby. Most people love her, and will vote her up for most of these votes. So I just think that she's got to keep playing her game, keep being herself. I think that's what's got her here so far. I mean, contrary to what I was thinking before, I thought she needed to be a little bit more assertive. I think her being more laid back will actually serve her better at this point in the game.
So you're saying her Libra is working for her, is what you're saying.
If that's what Libra means, for sure. Yo, but I do remember you said that they non-confrontational. I thought it was really weird. And I guess at this point, I thought only one person would leave the void. So when they were like, yeah, let's send Shelby back. And she was like, well, does anybody else want to come out? Like, I think that, maybe Chris should come too, or like come out the void. I was like, yo, like, stop advocating for other people, yo. It's about you right now. But I guess it was two people, so not as big of a deal. But she's just so nice. Like she's always going along with plans. Like she knows something's up with Chris. She said in the confessional, like she doesn't 100% trust him, but she just kind of went along with the plan to bring him back in the game. So I don't know. I guess maybe she doesn't need to act assertive, but she needs to play assertively, if that makes sense.
Dee, even though you might not be rooting for your future partner, Chris, what do you think he needs to do in the game?
Get out.
What do you think he needs to do to stay in the game?
Oh, okay. To stay in the game. I mean, he still has his alliances with everyone but Alex and Deleon, low key. So he can just work on his plan to get like everybody else out and just go from there. I don't have much to say for him to stay in. Sorry.
I think Chris is in trouble. I feel like even though he's got a strong alliance, he's at the bottom of that alliance.
I don't think so.
Like Shelby, he's not at the top for Shelby. Obviously not for Deleon. Alexia, I feel like is also like kind of wishy-washy about Chris. I just don't feel like he's captured anyone's hearts. Like no one's like a ride or die Chris fan in the game.
You got to think too. Shelby and Chris still have their other alliance
from the void.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she doesn't trust him all the way. She said in her confessional. She said there's something about him, and I think just because he's playing so hard.
Mm.
But I don't know. We'll see. I think he's in trouble.
Where do you guys think Alex and Alexia stand within this alliance?
Alex needs to go.
Dee wants everybody to.
Yo, you ain't playing games today.
Like he's funny, he's a cool dude, but like he just needs to go. He's doing too much for me.
I ain't gonna lie, Alex is making me laugh this episode. He cracked like a number of jokes.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's definitely funny. He's getting a lot more comfortable in this game with the people in this game. Was the question, what does he need to do? Or where
do you think he is at with this alliance? Because he's still at the bottom. He's saying he wants to turn on people in the alliance. He's not happy that Chris is back in the game. Well, I mean, he's never met Chris until now, so.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like how you try to plot against somebody, you at the bottom. It's like how you gonna hit outside the club? You can't even get in. It's crazy.
Right. That's exact. Didi, thank you. That's exactly how I feel about Alex. How can you hate about the club and you can't even get in? Right? Like, he's over here plotting and trying to switch teams, and he doesn't really trust anybody, but I feel like he doesn't have enough to run with. No. Like you gotta have power to use power. And I'm a little worried. I mean, he's got Shelby on his side, which I think is good. But I feel like at this point in the game, especially, you need to have a strong alliance. You need to have somebody that you trust and somebody who will trust you to the end of the game. And he's so wishy-washy. He doesn't have that, and I don't think that he'll get that. So I'm concerned. Alexia, on the other hand, has made a lot of friends. She's doing a great job in the game. But like I said, I believe last week, I feel like she doesn't understand the levels to this game yet. She was sitting at the top for the majority of this game, so I didn't feel like she heard a lot of the lies. She didn't see a lot of the twists. She didn't see a lot of the spying. She doesn't understand like just how deep this game goes. So though she has an alliance, I'm afraid that she'll get turned on and she'll be surprised.
I just want to say she didn't break my streak.
She definitely did not.
Oh, right.
She only went 2 in a row.
I forgot about that. Oh, my. Of course you did. Of course you're taking notes on that. Of course, Didi's still on top.
It was my first note. Not break my
Actually, it did not break my record. First and foremost.
First things first.
Facts. But she's in a great place. Like Erin, she used her personality to make great friends, or at least friends in the game, and it's serving her well. She earned it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess lastly for now, just in case we have guests coming, hopefully we do, but your thoughts on this whole, well, you guys talked about last week, Deleon and Elizabeth got a one-on-one, but spying, thoughts on this?
Nick, how do you do this, man? How do you create this television? Like, how do you do it?
You're like Jerry Springer Jr.
Seriously, man, this is wild. Wild.
I told you there was a great cliffhanger coming.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah, they definitely needed that conversation. Elizabeth was getting worried.
I knew she was gonna get worried. Her slow ass. I knew it. And I'm so glad it was this way around, because if Elizabeth was at the top, it would have been a different outcome. She would not have been on Deleon's side like that.
You think so?
I think so, yes.
Interesting. Well, I feel like Deleon, showed his loyalty, in a kind of risky way. Like he didn't, he was trying to hide his alliance with Elizabeth. So it was smart. He played a risk. I think it did well for him. But, with Elizabeth getting that information from Hannah, you saw her get a little worried, maybe thinking she needed to make her own plan or whatnot. So I think now after they had that talk, they're square. Like Deleon did a great job of explaining himself, and all of it made sense. So it worked out really well. But with Kia spying, man, she's most likely gonna take that information back to the Void. And I don't know. You had a little clip in the next week's episode talking about Deleon saying it was nice to know you guys. So I have no, like, you got me mind effed right now, man. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. No idea.
So at first I'm like, Karashiki not gonna say nothing. But then when she stood up for herself in the Void saying who she's gonna spy on and whatnot, and when she picked the power group over what they were saying or whatever, I was like, maybe she will say something, but honestly, I don't think she's gonna say anything, because she already feel left out on the Void anyway. So she's probably gonna make an alliance with them. Hopefully she uses blackmail, like I want her, like I would use blackmail, but I don't think she's gonna tell them.
What kind of blackmail do you mean?
If y'all don't put me in y'all group, I'm going to tell everybody y'all played this game before.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, that would be a hell of a move.
I would come in. So this how it's going to go. I'm Karashikio. I know y'all two played this game before.
We are now.
We're the group.
We are entering the brain of a champion right now. Like, I'm taking notes on your mindset, Dee. This is wild.
Oh my god!
Damn, winning 101.
Do you think Kia being the one spying is better for them or worse for them? Like, would it have been better if it was like Manu, or worse?
Manu would have told everything. Manu would have said they came in at 10:05 p.m. Then Elizabeth turned on.
I can't deal right now.
I'm glad it was Karashikio.
Nah, I don't think that was the best for the Void. Nobody really trusts Kia, man. She's gonna come back with information. And look, I feel like sometimes her communication is a little bit botched. Like she comes into a conversation, she wants to express something, but it doesn't, sometimes it's off-putting or doesn't really go the right way. So I think that someone like Manu would have been better because he comes in with the facts, and like that's it. But even if Kia is able to give this information clearly, we don't know if people will trust her.
You think she's gonna tell?
I think she has to. I don't know how you can hold on to a secret like this. She obviously feels a certain way about being in the void. And she sees two players that no one's suspecting plotting to pretty much take the entire game by force. I don't see how she wouldn't.
Would you?
Absolutely. I mean, if anything, just to shake the game up. I'm not gonna watch those two win. Nah.
They would be carrying me like the water boy carried the
Right.
jugs.
You would blackmail them. I mean, that's why I would be eliminated and you would win. Like I don't know if I'm cut out for isolation, man. Like making wrong moves left and right. But yeah, I think that would be smarter. You're absolutely right.
Anything that I missed that you want to talk about?
Oh, I just want to say it was a good thing that Sasha got out because she was catching on to Deleon about the acting clueless or whatever. She was definitely catching on. So it's good that she's out in the game and hopefully, I hope she doesn't come back because if she does, she might go for Deleon. But I just want to say that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if Kia gives the information that she heard in the chat and Sasha is already kind of suspecting Deleon, it's going to really solidify things for her. So they may form a queue against those two and really that Power Six group altogether.
Yeah. Oh, and poor little Erin, she think the Void voted for her when they really voted for Alex.
And they both played it off like they did.
They didn't even tell her. Oh no. I wonder what she feels like watching this.
So Erin got in really because Manu gave her the 5 to get in. Is that what y'all saying?
Yeah.
Well, because Manu gave Alex a 1, but yeah.
Right. Well, the Void has still spoken. It's still happening.
What he said.
But you're right. I mean, Shelby and Chris didn't vote her at all. Like that wasn't even true.
They were just acting like they did. Like, yeah, you're welcome.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Well, speaking of Erin, she is here in the waiting room. So I guess I can bring her in. She can't see us yet.
And I'm about to be starstruck.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
In the meantime, I will see if Deleon's coming.
Hi.
Hello, Erin.
Hi.
What up, Erin?
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
You're good.
Well, on the edge of my seat.
Discombobulated.
Yeah.
We were actually just talking about you.
Good things, hopefully.
Yes, good things.
Yes.
I said you may feel like, how did you feel watching this last episode, seeing that the Void didn't vote you in?
Yeah, no, it was definitely weird. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, well, it's whatever. I still got to do it anyways. I was like, I'll just take it. But yeah, no, definitely interesting finally watching and learning some stuff about certain players. But yeah, it's been interesting to kind of
say certain players. Do you mean Deleon and Elizabeth?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm still like, like Deleon and I are like, close and stuff. So it wasn't really like too big of an issue kind of like hearing about it. But, like, I don't remember who it was. I think maybe Chris said something like he'd be fine with losing if it was like our group or whatever. And, like the people that I was working with were all really nice. So.
Yeah, you got a strong group there, and it was interesting to see how much work they did to create that Power Six. And we were just talking about how you didn't have to put in a whole lot of work to create the group, but just by being so nice and likable throughout the game, even when you were at the bottom, you kind of like they pulled you along just because you're so likable.
People.
So I thought that was really cool to watch. I have a question for you. Actually, I have a couple of questions for you. My first one is, where did you get the suspicions about Deleon's coin toss from? Like, what made you so suspicious about it?
I think it was the fact that while he was doing it, I could tell that he was doing it off camera. And, like we had talked about beforehand, kind of our game plan for like, okay, like if any of us are power players, this is, you know, we want to like save our own people. And so when he was doing it off camera and then he'd be like, oh, this is what it is, I was like, I don't know if you're actually doing it, but go ahead. Like it's going to plan. Like you do you. Like I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, I kind of just suspected it a little bit, and I was just like, okay, well, whatever. Just yeah.
Right. He definitely, or yeah, you caught him off guard whenever you asked him about the coin toss. He was kind of like, yeah, I faked it. No, it was real. It was real. So after he told you that, how did you feel?
When
Did
he
you
said
believe
it
him?
was real,
Right. Did you believe him?
I think it was kind of just like I partially believed him. I think a little bit at the one point where he said he like he showed the camera, you know. I was like, oh, maybe that one was real. But at the same time, I still knew that most of it was off camera. And like I didn't even think he actually did a name generator at all. I thought he was just faking that.
Right.
It's like pure bull. I was like, oh yeah, he's just saying that. But then I think he told Elizabeth that he actually didn't. And I was actually surprised to hear that. I was like, I didn't think you were gonna go that far. You were just saying you were doing it, but I guess if Hannah wanted proof or something, he could have showed his phone. So
right. I think he wanted to show. I think he wanted to show you guys, but he couldn't get it to work.
You couldn't do it.
Devious. But I'm glad you caught on, or catching on.
Other than Deleon and Elizabeth, watching this back now, Erin, who do you feel differently about anybody's games?
I think watching the confessionals has been really funny, hearing about how some people wanted to come off. Chris definitely, like we all knew he was gonna be a strong player from the get-go. I think it was kind of funny, like watching back, especially with like Manu. His confessionals were, and they are, just hilarious. Like I had no idea like what he, you know, was thinking about half the time, because he is really quiet. And so, you know, when you do get stuff out of him, and there's a lot of stuff that obviously didn't get put into like the final production, like every night we had a conversation with him, like what was he eating, because he was eating almost every single night.
Wesley.
So always talk to him about whatever he was eating. But yeah, I think it was just so funny seeing how some people wanted to come across, what they were saying in their confessionals, and then how they were in another way. So yeah, Manu was just, it was just so much fun getting to talk to him, just because he's so funny. The things he says are so funny. So yeah, that was one of them, how I think he was trying to strategize stuff, but no one had any clue what he was actually doing, because he is kind of quiet. So yeah, I don't know. Just a funny dude. So
He's still sneaky because he's the reason that you were the power player in this last
I know,
round.
and I watched that and I was like, it was Manu this whole time. That was the only reason I was up there. I was like, I gotta give him a little more props, because he screwed everything up with the void. So I was like, I guess he was actually doing something, because, you know, that screwed up their original plan. I mean, it worked out anyways, because I think we saved, you know, like the kind of group that the void was putting together, but it was still just so funny getting to finally see that and be like, shoot, like it wasn't supposed to be me, but it was whatever. It worked out. It was fun. So
Yeah, it's still worked out. Something we were talking about, you know, a few episodes ago on this podcast, where why you were so low in the beginning. You know, I couldn't really understand it. It seems like everyone who was talking about you, even not to your face, was like, yeah, Erin's really sweet. She's so cool. She's so nice. But then just like repeatedly, you were in the low group. So watching it back and having time to think about it, why do you think that was?
I don't know. I think it was kind of the same reasons. Shelby was kind of voted off really quickly. You know, we were just not as outspoken. I'm not super, you know, outspoken, especially with people I have no clue, you know, I don't know anything about. But a lot of the people in the game, you know, were very, you know, to the point, like they had strategy, they wanted to get to know people and like figure stuff out. And I was just kind of, you know, hanging back, kind of listening, and I jump in, you know, to like, you know, get some information to talk, because I'm not like Manu shy. I'm not like that kind of quiet, but yeah, I don't know. I think it was just most of the time, I don't think I was seen as a threat. and it was just like an easy place to kind of like place me, and I stayed there forever. So I don't really think that they thought anything of it. I don't think they wanted to kind of get rid of me. I think it was just they didn't really know how to grade me or like where to put me. And so, I mean, I sat there forever. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Do you think being at the bottom, though, do you think maybe it kind of you figured out the game easier because you're the one that started voting people lower to try and get out?
Once I got into the game and started figuring out that that's what everyone else was doing, I was like, okay, shoot. I was like, this is why I'm here. I've been doing, I've been grading way too nice. Even towards like the, like, and like later on, I was always kind of grading nice until like I started figuring out there were people that I couldn't trust, and I started to kind of make alliances. But yeah, kind of watching the influx of people come through, like the not safe group and then get booted, seeing that happen all the time kind of like, shifted something. And it was like, yeah, I kind of should probably step it up, probably change a little bit of like what I'm doing. So yeah, I guess that definitely helped get me into the alliance. I think just, I think it also helped that I was always fond of Alexia and the fact that she got, close with Deleon. So, I mean, I think that's part of the reason that kind of worked out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say you earned it. It was a long travel from the bottom to the top. I want to hear, how does it feel to finally be a power player? And in this position, and I mean, you have a strong alliance, but at this point in the game, what's next? What's the next move?
Yeah, no, I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like figuring out where to go because like we had mentioned, there was only Elizabeth and Hannah.
Hello, Deleon.
This is so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
What a treat.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you look so good.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm digging the hair.
Amazing.
Oh my
I'm a
gosh.
You
fan.
guys look great too.
Oh my
How's
gosh.
life?
Oh, it's boring. It's whatever.
Not for me.
Boring?
This
How
show
have you
is.
been, Deleon?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been so busy.
Aw.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on reserve today, but they didn't call me. Yay. I have a feeling they're going to call me at like 3 a.m. tomorrow. So I know, it's so much fun. Be a flight attendant, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Travel the world.
I mean, it's
Well,
great the first time, but like when you go to New York for like the 50th time, like that year.
I guess especially now.
Mhm.
I know, there's nothing to do, Nick.
I know.
Do another show.
Well, we were just talking about you and Erin being a power player together in this last episode, and your whole coin flip fiasco.
Genius.
I guess first of all, what are your thoughts so far on this season? And has any of your mind changed about anybody in the game since you're watching it now?
Who, me? Oh, I mean, like, I'm watching it from just like a viewer standpoint. It's hilarious. Like, honestly, to see how differently I played the game from season 1 to season 2 is that it's so mind blowing. Like, I'm watching now and I'm like, I did that. I said that. Like, why am I acting so timid? And I'm like, oh, right. Like, I gotta act like I don't know what's going on. I was very surprised at the amount of people who are actually on to us. Like, people are legit, like, they seem like they know what they're doing. Like, I legit thought I had everybody fooled the whole time. But apparently I am not as great of an actor as I thought I was. So.
Actually, Erin, you were one of the first to mention that. Did you ever actually really have suspicions of those two knowing too much?
I think when I first heard that we were getting new players, I was very suspicious. There were rumors, throughout the entire game that you were secretly one of the players in.
Again?
That was a rumor in season 1 too. That's
You
always
remember that?
That you were one of the players and that Deleon and Elizabeth were like actors maybe, or like just people that knew what was happening. And so that's why I kind of initially questioned it, but after a while I was just kind of rolling with it because I ended up, you know, getting an alliance with Deleon, and I was like, I don't really care at this point. like
Right.
we're solid, so it's like whatever. So
Just give me an alliance.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Agreed.
basically like I was just trying to be on everybody's good side, which is not an easy thing to do.
Did you
Because
realize some of your personality was oozing out towards this last episode?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I was
Absolutely.
like, bro, what are you doing?
Came in like she was going to see another side of me. I was like, whoa.
I literally have like no, it's like I have no option but to like bring drama with me.
You said stretch the truth. Remember,
Wherever
bitch?
I go,
You remember,
drama
bitch?
is like it's hot on my heels.
I
Don't do
will
that,
s-
Nick. You were supposed to be like, no.
That's why every time if I ask you to play a game, that's the reason why, because I know drama is gonna follow, Deleon.
And he's going to stretch everything.
I mean, it is what it is.
I will say you kept
Just don't let-
you've been keeping your composure for a very long time. I thought that your personality would have leaked episodes ago, and you've been playing the quiet boy role very, very well. I mean, I'm very impressed. I'm curious about where, like, you know, where you are in the game and your alliance with Elizabeth. I know that you have a plan to pretty much knock her team out and save her. Were you worried that she would be worried and jump ship?
You know, I was honestly very worried because I didn't expect us to like choose different teams. I thought that we would be like on the same team. Like, did you see like I'm trying to save her without making it seem like I know her and I'm trying to save her? It was always, you know, oh, I feel bad. She just started the game with me. She didn't have enough time. Like, give her some more time. Like, it was, I just remember thinking, like, what can I say to save her that makes it seem like I'm not trying to actually save her? Like, makes it seem like I'm indifferent as to if we keep her or not, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, if you paid attention, like, I mostly made everybody else say something first. Like, I feel like for season 2, it was more like, I need to get some dirt on you first before I start spilling beans. Because like in season 1, I was like, even if I was pointing fingers at everybody, you lied, you said this is exactly what you said, you know. But season 2, I was more like, oh, like, what do you think about so-and-so? Oh, really? Oh, wow. And then like, I'd let people fill in the pieces. But then like, if somebody gave me some like real hot information, I'd be like, oh, I don't like Hannah. Yeah, Hannah's fake. Like, I can tell you don't like her. Like, yeah, whatever.
You saw that too. I saw it immediately. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna leave Hannah alone.
Where do you guys stand watching this other side now with Hannah, Sasha, Ella, Elizabeth? Because they're not as put together as this alliance. Even though they're all friends, they're not really like thinking about strategically right now.
I'm actually surprised. Like, I thought that they were plotting.
Yeah, I thought that they were doing something for like the longest time just because of how, I mean, I was suspicious of certain people, but, you know, not like wanting to like point people out, but definitely thought that they were like scheming stuff. I didn't really like think that they were like bad people at all. It was just like, you know, like in the game, it was just like there were certain people that you thought were like hiding things, and it was like you kind of assumed. So
Yeah, I feel like they had more of like an unsaid alliance. That's why like they were voting each other high, but they never really agreed to it. That's why they're scrambling a little bit. And
I
your
think-
alliance is all solidified. Like you have a
I
plan.
think
you've all
Chris did a
discussed
good
it.
job though, because Chris was
Right.
the one that was like, oh, there, but she, because Hannah was going after Chris, but Chris is building this alliance to make sure that
Right.
he gets back.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I love the conversation that Deleon has with the group later when he's like, look, we're all gonna do 5s for each other. We're gonna do 1s for everyone else. Does anybody have any questions or reservations? Because if not, if you do, speak now. Like you like completely solidified the alliance with that conversation. That was
Except
wonderful.
that leads to my next question. Alex did
Except for
have
Alex.
something
Yeah.
that he just didn't speak up about it.
right.
What are your thoughts on Alex's right now? What he's doing?
Alex, he was also funny. He was like, this, some of the things that he said, kind of like Manu, were just like so like random, out of, not like out of pocket, but just like out of nowhere almost. And so hearing him say that he wanted to kind of like use our trust and like get in with the other kind of group, it was like, where did this come from? Like, you didn't think about that at all. Like, you know, playing the game, like in that moment, he never said a single thing. You never really suspected him. So it was kind of funny just seeing how he thought he was going to, you know, attempt to like do this switch. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I don't.
Hell
Like
no.
I think it's more thoughts in his head. I don't know if he's gonna act. Alex hasn't been doing a whole lot of acting.
Deleon, you have any thoughts on Alex?
I mean, homeboy was, I don't know, I was sketched the whole time. Like I had to play my part. So I mean, the whole time I think I was basically sketch about everybody. I think the only person who didn't really give me vibes was Alexia, maybe. But like even looking back now, I'm like, how was she? Like she was never really like on my bad side, like ever.
For both of you guys at this point of the game, who are your biggest threats?
Do you mean like what I'm thinking now, or like
no,
when I
like
was playing
at
the game?
this
At
point in
that
the game,
time.
this point in the game, right?
Honestly, at that time,
Elizabeth.
Yes, because like, so the thing is, Elizabeth and I came in the game together, and then we hadn't seen each other for a really long time.
Mhm.
So while I was building a really strong bond with these people, in the back of my head, I'm like, Elizabeth could be spilling the beans to everybody.
Yeah.
She could be like, okay, listen, me and Deleon are from season 1. Like, I trust y'all. We got to get him out, you know? Like, in the back of my head, I'm literally
That's dumb.
like, she could have taken me down.
But she would have got out right after you, though.
But like the thing, even then, like I didn't know where she really stood with everybody else. So like if she, like, let's just say somehow everybody started to dislike her, she could have sabotaged me as well. So I had to make sure that nobody was bad mouthing her. I had to make sure that like she was like at least like neutral with everybody, if not liked. Like for me, like the entire time I was super nervous about Elizabeth.
I mean, the way
you
played it really well, though, looking back on how you kind of like had that one-on-one with her, and you were like, you know, kind of confirming like, okay, this is still it. That was smart. Like, you know, going back in and like saying like, okay, this is still the game plan. But yeah, I think, see, the thing was for me, I rarely saw Elizabeth ever. And so it was just like, I don't know what to think about her, because it's like, I saw her, I think I was with her once. I think I've only been with her once.
And then,
and it was just like, I don't know what to say. It's like, I can't say anything about you because I don't know you. So I think for me at that point, having Chris come back in was definitely a little scary because he is a strong player. Everyone knows that. I mean, he was the one that was, you know, scheming up ways to get 2 people back into the game in the first place when it was really only supposed to be 1. So yeah, having him come back in, that was definitely, it was nice because he was the one that kind of really pushed our group together. But at the same time, it was like, you know, he has the power to push groups together. He can also probably, you know, create cracks. And so that's where I was kind of nervous about, you know, having him come back in.
Right. I feel like most people felt that way about Chris. And even he knew that he wasn't really trusted in the game. But like you were saying, like, I don't think he knew the extent of how off-putting he was being in certain conversations. You know, even the one where he was talking to Deleon and Alexia, trying to like bring them together. You know, it worked to bring the group together, but it was super aggressive. Like he was talking the entire conversation. And I just know, just like knowing a little bit about you, Deleon, I was like, I know this is off-putting to you. Like you're pretending to like, you're pretending to love this, but like, I know you hate this
like,
whole thing.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm like literally biting my tongue the whole time because I'm like, I know so much. Like,
Deleon, what was going through your mind when Chris and Shelby came back?
honestly, I was shook. I was like, okay, we gonna see. But like, I feel like the thing that made me really nervous, I was a power player like so many times. I was like, okay, like, cause like I just remember in season 1, it was like when people came back, it's like, okay, who put me down there? Because that's who I'm coming after. They didn't care if it was like D who said it. If it was me, D, and Dot as power players, they getting all 3 of us out. And then like I didn't really know if I like believed what he was saying. Like honestly, I feel like the people that I didn't really, out of everybody who played the game, the people who I found like the most skeptical were Chris. What's that girl's name? Hannah. Y'all already know, like from day 1, I was like, what's a homegirl? Home skillet.
I was like, what is this?
But like definitely Chris, Hannah. I didn't really know about like Chikio.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. And then Alex. I like really trusted Erin and Alexia. And then like everybody else, I was just kind of like, ooh, I hope, everything falls in line where it needs to fall. Like while trying to act like everything is fine, everything is normal, peaches and cream, sunshine and rainbows and
Butterfly.
right. And I'm like, this is low key, not even me. Like I should be going off on somebody right now.
The way you entered the power group chat that time when you saw Hannah was a power player again, you drunk the water. You drunk the whole bottle of water.
I was so shocked. I'm like,
And Erin was so happy until she saw Hannah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, bro, like I was planning on getting you out of the game, and then boom, I was like, okay, like that literally like threw a wrench in like everything, and I'm like, wow, how am I gonna save all these people? That was insane. That was just, honestly, I was not expecting that, Chris or Nick. I was not expecting that, Nick. But honestly, like you could see, I was like so surprised. But I'm like, don't show that. I'm like, oh God, like I need to do something. Like, oh hey, girl, hey.
Oh man, I'm dying.
What's it like watching the end of this last episode and Kia's spying on you and you basically calling in that conversation that you're being spied on right now?
Oh my gosh, I loved that one.
Oh goodness.
Like what I don't know what, literally, because I don't know, like that was one thing that like had me paranoid the entire time, right? Because like I'm trying to like bring on this new persona, I'm trying to channel my inner Dee. But at the same time, like I'm like having this inner battle with myself. Me and Elizabeth have like made this like pact, and then you separated us. So I'm having this inner battle. I don't know what Elizabeth is doing. I know that people are spying on certain chats, but like I can't act as though I know people are spying, because then that gives away that I know what's happening in the game. Like there was just so much going through my mind.
There are levels
Like,
to this shit. Levels.
honestly, I mean, it's over now. So I said what I said and people felt how they felt, and it is what it is.
Any final questions for Erin and Deleon or D?
Yeah, I have two. The first one, Dee and I had a lot different experiences in our game together. I was super stressed out the entire like 3-week process. I was losing sleep. I was thinking about the game constantly. Dee was sleeping like a baby. Yeah. Dee was sleeping like a baby.
8 hours.
So what was your experience like playing the game? Were y'all stressed? Was it affecting
Although I would
y'all,
say
like,
that's a different
outside of the
game too.
Right.
That's what hours with isolation too.
I mean,
Nah.
maybe certain people in our game were stressed, but I, for sure, I mean, I was on the bottom all the time. I was not stressed. It was like every day it was like I was expecting to be scored low. I was expecting to be with the exact same people I was always with. So no, I was not stressed at all. If anything, it was just kind of, it was like a routine. I mean, I was in quarantine at the time. I was back home. It gave me something to do at night, and it was kind of something I looked forward to, you know, just getting to talk to people. And it was nice that, you know, I wasn't ever, you know, voted out during that process, because it probably like been a different story. But yeah, no, I wasn't stressed at all. So I'm, yeah, stress-free, just kind of doing whatever.
So it never made you sad, like out, like after the game or like in between the game, like, man, like I'm making these close relationships and like I don't know what's going on with these votes, or was it just a game to you?
In a way, but we all kind of knew that after the game was done, Nick would let us all like exchange like numbers and like socials and things like that. So I knew that like even after it was done, I was gonna like be able to still interact with people. So, you know, I follow Deleon and like Alexia and Chris and like people on socials. And so, you know, like we're still like kind of all there, like in a way. Like if I wanna hit someone up, I can. So I mean, certain people, obviously, I'm not really close with, but others, you know, my group, you know, like I'm close with. So yeah.
Okay.
I feel like during the game, like when we were recording, very stressed, high stress. Every time the camera went off, I would just like sit there like shaking, and I'm like, and then I go like have a glass of wine and be like, you need to go watch some cartoons or something, you know.
I think that's
de-stress.
because
Like,
you come into these games to create a mess, not actually play the game, Delia.
You're a messy person.
okay, but like, do you not like me for that reason though?
The
100%.
entertainment
I love
value.
you for the
Yes.
reason.
Like,
MVP.
I'm trying to get us ratings, Nick. Do you
Oh.
want high ratings, or
This
do you
is
want
the
high ratings?
highest rated show so far. So
Period.
Not surprised. This is a great show.
But yeah, so like during the show, super high stress, but like after, like I was sleeping fine. I wasn't losing sleep over the game. It was
Good.
Yeah. I think the biggest, like the hardest thing was the fact that me and Elizabeth already have each other's information. And I would be like, I can't tell her what just happened. So like I literally like send like a message of me screaming into like our big group chat, and like Elizabeth would do the same, and I'd be like, oh my god, season 2, and they'd be like, shut up. So like, you know, we couldn't say anything, and I'm like, that's what was like the hardest for me. Like that was even harder than the game. Right. Because I'm like, I have all of Elizabeth's, like I have her phone number, her Snapchat, I have her on social media, and I can't reach out to her and let her know what's happening. Especially because I have so much to tell her.
Oh yeah.
You know? So that was very hard.
Yeah, definitely would have made the game a lot easier if y'all could have some backstage conversations.
Well, I didn't want to make it unfair.
Yeah.
And we had told Nick that we
makes the game a lot better.
We didn't.
Nick is really good at telling people to not spoil stuff.
I try my best.
Facts.
Sorry,
Facts.
Dee, but I got
big ups to Nick.
That's why I can't keep in contact in a big group chat, because of Nick.
My last question for y'all though is, how are things like outside of the game, like real life stuff? Like what are y'all up to? What are y'all's plans for life? Deleon, I'm curious about your singing career,
acting career.
Wondering if you're getting into acting or voiceovers or stand-up comedy.
God.
Like what are you doing?
For a part in Euphoria.
The show.
God.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go, because I was sent the audition the day it was due. So it was long. There were curse words, so
you don't curse.
I know. I said the words. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't know.
It.
Huh.
But yeah, so I auditioned for a part in Euphoria. I still work for, did we do the show when I was working for Northwestern Hospital? No.
Another show. Deleon's been on like 7 shows, but yeah.
Oh, I just know Erin.
Well, I work for a hospital, Northwestern Medicine, and I'm still a flight attendant. So
Ooh, staying
life is
busy.
very busy. I'm still the music director at my church. I'm actually going back to school this fall to finish.
Yay!
Great.
I don't
awesome.
know where I'm going though. I got accepted to a couple universities, so
You're not going back
decide.
to the art school?
I mean, I got accepted there too, but like I got accepted to Rider University in New Jersey, and Westminster College, their choir college is kind of incredible. So
Big
It's
up.
always good to have
like
options.
I know,
Right?
and it's upsetting that I have so many options. So like I've already notified my job that like this is the deal, and they've already been like, okay, starting in the fall, we're gonna give you 2 years off to like do your thing, and then once you're done, you still got a job, which is great,
That's good.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, good luck, man. I'm excited for you, and definitely keep auditioning. Like, I mean, you already know you're a star, man.
I am a
Like,
star.
You're a television
You need a
show
reality
in
show.
yourself.
I
Yeah, you
shine
are a
the
show.
brightest. I know.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
The pleasure is all yours.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
And scene.
Has not changed.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, man.
I mean, why would I?
You don't need to.
Kind of
And
person.
Erin, you're in school, right? You're studying, is it art?
I actually graduated.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I graduated in December, and I am starting my master's in the fall.
Okay, period.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, getting my master's. But yeah, definitely not as exciting as Deleon's life. But,
Don't say that. That is very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It is very
it's just
exciting.
been, yeah, no, I just wanted to push through it, get it done with, apply to grad school, got into grad school. So I'm looking forward to,
Good.
pushing through that and eventually, having masters. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. My family moved again. So this is like the 3rd house that we've been in within like a year and a half, maybe. So that's been kind of crazy. Other than that, no. I mean, we're still in lockdown, so I couldn't go to class, just going to work, part-time, and yeah, that's it. So I just got a degree, that was all. So
Hey,
Well, that's fun.
go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Hey, I would say like with personalities, both of you guys can do a lot. Y'all are gonna go very far and do a lot in
I
your
will
lives.
do a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Like
I'll try.
I
He'll
gotta
do
tell
the
you,
most.
I actually have a lot of people messaging me on Instagram for stuff, and I'm like, who are you?
hey,
Like, I don't
You
know
don't
these
literally
people.
say,
I'm
"Who are you?"
entirely too busy for this.
well, you better use your
Okay.
platform.
Mm-hmm.
You better use
Put
that
this in one of
platform.
your reels.
I will, but like, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you should like do more on TikTok, because I tried it, but like I can't do it consistently. I don't have enough time. I literally don't have enough time for it, which is fine. I'm still like trying to figure everything out. Life is just insane.
Me and Nick are cooking up your reality TV show right now. So just leave us a summer.
You gonna leave me out, Dad? Really?
I'm sorry, dog. Half the cut's a lot better than split in 3 ways. I'm sorry, homie.
Wow.
Ain't personal, dog.
Okay.
We know Deleon's cash,
if I'm
okay?
having a reality TV show, D has to have something to do with it.
Thank you, Deleon. You heard him, Nick.
I mean, you guys are soulmates. You guys like flipping coins and games.
Oh my God! A coin flip. I've never flipped a coin.
Me either.
I just love that I am always like, oh, I'm gonna flip a coin. And then I can say whichever name I don't want.
Exactly.
It doesn't make it seem like I said it,
Well, you're giving that strategy away now. Nobody can use it anymore, really.
You shouldn't have said nothing, Deleon.
It worked when I needed it to work. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
He got more
You know what's
tricks.
funny? every time I did it, it was always the opposite way. I'm
That's so
That's crazy. It's like,
And
I
the
have
way
to
you
lie.
turned
I
it,
have to lie.
the way you turned it when you showed it, you was like,
Right after I turned it, I'm like,
when you showed her moving.
Erin was like,
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I was so
Yeah.
shocked. And I was like, whatever, like it's going our way. I'm just gonna let it be. Like,
my
you do you. It's fine.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, I have
Super
one
entertaining.
last game I want to play before we end this. I played it with the online survival people when I had them on the podcast. Basically, I'm going to name a person on the cast. I need you both to give the first word that comes to mind when I mention their name.
Hannah last.
Uh-oh.
And the last.
We will go ahead and start with Armani.
Forgettable. Who's Armani?
Armani, the
Was he
one with
there?
the A and the
Was
name.
I was
I don't
Were
think
you-
you
had
was
COVID.
there.
He met her one time.
Forgettable. Sorry.
Straight up.
yeah. Mine is outgoing, I guess. Yeah.
Who? What'd you say, Erin?
Outgoing. I mean,
Yeah, because she went out of her way to not come to the game.
She had
She was
COVID.
sick.
she was sick.
Next
But she's
person.
okay though. Like she's
Yeah,
totally
she's good now, right?
That's good. I'm glad.
Is
I
this
like her a
gonna
lot.
air?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can you cut that out?
No.
Oh my god!
If I remember well,
Honey, I'm
maybe.
so sorry.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
honestly, I don't
You
take
want
it
to start
back.
over? Start over?
No.
No, I'll
No.
start with. I'll go next with JJ.
funny.
Who?
That's the word. The word is who.
The 41-year-old.
I mean, these are all people Deleon didn't really interact
They're
with.
all in the game,
Might
damn it.
not work really well for Deleon.
Well, let's go ahead and go with Alex next.
Ew.
Horny.
I'm glad we're getting the real Deleon on the podcast and not
Yeah.
the
Oh my gosh.
Not
pretend
the
shy
actor.
Deleon. Yeah, not
I
the
don't
actor.
like this game.
This is the real Deleon right here, folks.
Something.
Interesting. I'm just gonna say interesting for Alex. He was interesting.
Of course, kind Erin.
How about Sasha?
Dancer.
Who?
How about Alexia?
Sweet.
I loved her.
Mhm.
How about Chris?
Sneaky.
What did you say, Erin?
Wait, what?
I said, what did you say, Erin?
Oh, I said sneaky.
How about Shelby?
Soft
Fine.
spoken.
Great skin. Just so cute.
How about Elizabeth?
Bomb.
Nice.
That's my girl.
Yeah. Well,
Period.
I really wish I would have, had more opportunity.
We were talking today.
Really?
Yeah. We still talk. We went
How
through 2
about
seasons together.
Hannah?
Liar. I mean, in the game, she was.
Yeah, untrustworthy, I guess.
Y'all didn't say Slim Shady, man.
We should have prefaced this by saying game wise, because
Yeah.
apart from the game, I don't know these people.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, of
exactly.
course.
How about Erin?
Oh, Erin?
Erin, you
I
go
don't
first.
even know what to say. She's like right here.
Just say it.
I have to
I
say
don't
something.
know. Super nice,
Well, for
kind,
Deleon.
loving, trustworthy.
Pimp.
How about Deleon?
Period. The
Right,
girl.
right,
Oh,
right.
Thing.
Right.
That,
Thing.
does that, do that. Period.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining me for this podcast.
And what about Tia?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about Kia. What about Kia?
Damn.
Kia
Ooh.
Shikio.
Fucked up, Nick.
Karashikio.
Clearly forgettable. I'm sorry. You didn't say that other Manu.
Right.
Oh
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
forgot about
No,
Manu.
Manu.
I didn't have a list like I
I
usually do.
told y'all, forgettable.
Manu is not forgettable.
Dee Dee
Manu,
loves
Y'all
Manu.
forgot
So.
to say his name.
No, Manu is iconic. That is the perfect
He
word
obviously is.
for
Manu
him.
was creepy, in my opinion.
You just didn't interact with him.
Oh no.
Like the whole time, I was like, "Who is this man?" Like,
Did you say Ella?
who?
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah. Just nice.
Oh.
Well, anyway, sorry I forgot Kia and Manu, but
Obviously, all forgettable for Nick.
they're really not at all.
No, they were cool peeps, low key.
Yeah.
Like apart from the game, I could see. I feel like had we did this game in person, season 1, I would have definitely been scrapping.
Left, right.
Season 2, though, I would have been in the corner like, I don't understand. But for real though, who gonna pump me, boo? Who gonna check me?
Hannah gonna tell you to catch her outside.
Catch me outside. How
Right.
about
Tell Hannah.
Y'all are.
All right,
mess.
enough. Anyway,
Anyway.
you're both in Dee and ours top 4. So good luck to the both of y'all. Y'all are doing a great job. We're super impressed and super entertained. So thank y'all. Thank both of y'all.
I said top 3, by the way.
Oh, excuse me.
Top-
Y'all both in my top 3 as well.
okay.
Period.
Deleon, you are Elizabeth. Sorry, Erin. You are Elizabeth. Got to do this for season 1. Don't make us look bad.
Well, thank you both for joining
You
me.
gotta keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
Erin, you got this, homie.
Oh my.
You got this. Erin,